Hey everybody, welcome to the DBS Films podcast. It's just me and you, so that means it's a DBS Films production update. Today is September 17th, and in these episodes, we basically give you an updated behind-the-scenes look at where we're currently at in the filmmaking process and growing our community and all the wonderful things put together to make DBS a DBS. So really, for this episode, the big announcement is that we have finished our casting calls for the newest feature Into the Forest 2.0, which we are scheduled to now look at filming between the 17th and the 24th of October. So things are starting to get very, very real, and we are very excited. It's an absolutely massive undertaking for an audition process, easily the largest one that we've had. To give you guys some perspective, we had 1,300 auditions in the Discord channel. We had 7,000 something plus on Backstage. So a combination of those basically were the channels that we use for casting. Again, we give our priority to our Discord channel. We also give our Discord channel the benefit of getting feedback directly from us, and you don't have to pay Backstage. So it's absolutely free. It saves you $150 a year. So that's going to be the process we're going to continue to do moving forward. Again, we do have a lot more weight put on the Discord because it shows that you're passionate for the project. It shows that, you want to support DBS, all of those things. But Backstage does have a lot of really, really, really talented actors with just a lot of experience. So again, found footage, it's one of those things where you do want to see some more acting experience when certain roles, just because there's a lot of lines. It's not as fun as any kind of cinematic. That being said, I'd have to take a look at the numbers. I probably should have looked there, but I think we have at least 22 people cast from the Discord. So the vast majority are being cast from the Discord. Some are being cast from roles that we've done before. So really going to be a very strong cast and crew. I'm super excited for it. Massive shout out to everyone who got the role. Massive shout out to everyone who was within like the top 4 of the roles. Massive shout out to everyone who got a callback. Massive shout out to everyone who just auditioned. Again, this is by far not going to be the last of our movies that we make, and it's only going to get bigger and better from here. And what we've been saying is keep on auditioning, keep on working with us, because we want to put you in a movie and we're actively going to do it. So that's the big thing. It's going to, ideally allow us to free up some more time, give back to the community, do some more events, do some more lives. So I'm kind of excited for it. I mean, honestly, to be real, guys, there were days where it was, 6 hours straight of callbacks. There was I've easily put at least 70 to 100 hours straight into the audition process over the month and a half that we've done it. So it's quite an endeavor. And again, the hardest part is saying, hey, you're not going to get the role. We're going somewhere else. So that was always the hardest part. The fun part, though, was, being able to say, hey, you got the role, seeing how much it meant to people. So that was really cool as well, too. But it's really one of those things, again, where, it's a great process. I do enjoy it. It's just one of those things where, takes a lot of time. So that being said, everything's looking smooth when Into the Forest 2.0. We're locking everything in. And by this time next month, we will start shooting. So I'm very excited for that. Getting back on the film grind again. The next big update is the Shapeshifter. Over the weekend, we are finishing the color and the sound so that we can have the super fans review it. By far my favorite movie so far. It moves really, really quick. The only question we have really is about the intro, and we're basically going to leave that up to the super fans to decide if the intro should stay, if the intro should change, what we should do, how we should adjust it. We're kind of looking at either cutting it down or spicing it up, but other than that, the entire movie just flows so smooth. Like, it's really, really, really a smooth process in the sense of it being a solid movie. So I'm very excited for it. Our goal is to get it up and uploaded ideally by the end of October. So, it depends on kind of the feedback we get in the first few rounds as we get information back from super fans. If we move forward with that, if we end up doing some pickups, if we end up changing it or adjusting it in any ways. Other than that, The Haunting of the Murder House, still not on Tubi, but still out there grinding. Let's see where we're at real quick. Let's bring up the numbers, guys, of how many things we have. All right, so on IMDb, we have 145 reviews right now. Absolutely fantastic. 95 user reviews. Amazing to see. If we hop on over to Amazon Prime, we have 172 reviews. We just lost our 4-star status, guys. We're down to 3.5 stars, but again, hey, no problem with that whatsoever. Reviews are amazing. So that just shows you, again, we are chugging along with The Haunting in the Murder House. It's going to be free on Tubi, which is going to be the second part of that push, which is going to be absolutely amazing to see. So again, thank you all to everyone who reviewed it. If you haven't reviewed it yet, you can still go in there, leave us a review. It is massively, 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 massively thanks. Let's see. Oh, I just got it. Oh no, the black flasks are gonna be out of stock for a little bit. I just got an info about that. So that leads perfectly into the Kickstarter. So the Kickstarter, we have ordered the merchandise, we have ordered the goods. So both of these things are now going to be basically submitted. Apparently they're saying there's gonna be a little bit of a delay on the flask. So unfortunately, if you got a flask, you might have to wait a little bit extra. With that being said, though, the merch looks absolutely amazing. It is high quality, super comfortable. I can't wait. We're looking at getting it on the last week of September, ideally before the Superfans event. So hopefully we can merch you guys out during that Superfans event. You can go home with your swaggy drip that is DBS. But I'm very excited for that, guys. Again, that's going to allow us to have a merchandise store online. It's going to allow us to conduct a super clean, super quick. We're not going to do Kickstarter. We'll do Seed and Spark for the Shapeshifter, but it's going to be like $2,000, like really low threshold, just kind of a way if you want to order merchandise, you just order it through the Seed and Spark. Because again, I'm gonna try all the avenues, see if they work before realizing they just simply don't work, and we got to just do it all on our own. But before that happens, we're going to continue to move forward with basically trying to use some of the crowdfunding sources. So that's kind of covering a lot of the items there. Also, our community, there is a huge shout out to the mod team. Everyone, let's go ahead and clap it up, give it out to the mod team, because they are doing an amazing job hosting so many more events. We have Vin hosting an event for Minecraft. We have Chatago did an amazing job for the Tell Us More About Yourself. Harley did an amazing event for Introduce Yourself. Tina did an amazing event for Karaoke Night. And again, these events are just super, super fun. They're super great for the entire Discord. It's great seeing how active everyone is. So I highly recommend keep on, keep on doing what you're doing, guys. Keep on making it happen, keep on working hard in the sense of providing these events for us, because it really, really has a huge impact here. So really, really great stuff. Really excited, to have all of the support that we get as well from everyone there too. All right, so with that being said, we're going to hop into our question section. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we have for the questions this week. Let's see here. Questions for the Discord. So Tina Lee, absolutely amazing as always. We love you, Tina Lee. So she mentioned, for a pot scare idea, have you ever thought of birds? Like you can rent pigeons and a trainer and release them, so you can cut to a rush of birds and they go back to the handle. It would be really cool. I do agree with that. And birds would be a fantastic pop scare. I think eventually if you like put a bird in like I'd put a bird in like a cabinet. I don't know. I'd probably clear it with like the trainer first to see if it's like cool or whatnot. I imagine it should be, but then you basically open up the cabinet and like the bird flies in your face. I think that would be really cool. That being said, way too expensive. Just for now. I mean, rent pigeons already costly, renting them. Handler, trainer, even more, renting them. So it would be something where, yeah, I could totally see that being an easy effect, but the biggest thing is budget. And then Tina has another follow-up question, which is probably going to have the same answer. Have you ever considered more advanced special effects with green screens? Someone wearing a green suit to do invisible special effects. So I think honestly, this is on us for not exploring it more. Like we actually did do a little bit of essentially what you would refer to almost kind of as like a green screen type effect when we did the Haunted of the Murder House, with Mo appearing in the mirror and then disappearing, and then like certain things that you see, and then like when you flip on the lights and Mo appears. That's basically keyframing, where we essentially cut out a certain frame, and like green screen helps you keyframe. So we've kind of done it. I think we can do a lot more little things, but for advanced special effects, not really. Again, going back to the budget element, because the big thing is like, man, special effects, like you're looking at like, I think the going rate was like $500 a minute or something is like an estimate of something that you could do. So like, a 2-minute special, well, no, probably even less. I think it's like $50 a frame or something like that. Something ridiculous where like, okay, yeah, $20,000 for your special effects is not that much, but that's like our entire movie budget. So I think what ends up happening is like, we're going to just master practical first and then slowly ease in more and more special effects on the advanced level. So again, all comes back to budget. And I think this is another thing, like, not that those are high budget items, especially for movie productions, like, those are definitely within the realm of paying for those things. At the end of the day, though, is we're so much more like strategic with our funds that even that becomes a higher amount. Next question is from Tanner, going by Crocodile Rock right now in the Discord. This is a really good question. This is a very important question. Because if you do know the Discord and you know the movie shoots, then you do know that I love sandwiches. And the question is, what does Kellen put in his sandwiches? So my favorite sandwiches are Italian sandwiches. I just like the salami and the ham and cheeses, provolone. But if it's like a Wawa sandwich, it's typically the Italian with provolone, with spinach, with grated Parmesan, which don't sleep on that, grated cheese on it's delicious. Then you got a little bit oil vinegar. You got it on a whole wheat bread, toasted. You also got extra pepperoni as basically an add-on. And yeah, it's delicious. Absolutely amazing. On set, though, typically I just have a variety of meats. So like chicken, salami, ham, and then provolone cheese, and then mustard. And I usually just stack the different meats and the provolone and just crush those sandwiches. And I'll eat, again, on average, probably 6 sandwiches a day minimum, because I usually eat 3 sandwiches at a time. And again, this is a set thing. I don't know, man. I really feel like when you're working mentally, you're still burning a lot of calories, because like I'll destroy these sandwiches and like chips and stuff, and like I'll come off movie sets and like I'll lose weight somehow. So I think being up all night and whatnot, your body goes into like overdrive to keep your brain working. So I think what that ends up doing is like allows me to eat all of these sandwiches. So super basic sandwiches on set. It's just quick and easy. Like, I mean, that's the main reason why I eat sandwiches. It's because within like a minute, I can have all the sandwiches. I don't get tired of them. I eat them, makes me feel happy on the inside, and I go back to my editing cave and making sure that this movie doesn't explode. So that's kind of the gist of it. I do love sandwiches though and cheeseburgers, but for the most day when I'm like eating like, in normal life, I usually just eat 1 salad a day. So I'm like very, very healthy for the most part when it comes to my meals, except when I get on set. I mean, sandwiches aren't really that bad. I mean, it's not like the worst thing for you, but yeah, dude, I'll put down like 60 sandwiches on set, easy peasy. Next question is from Silent. Silent mentions, how much thought is put into character creation based on personality types? I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to answer this exactly what you're looking for, so I'm going to do my best of what I think you're, kind of mentioning. But we do put some thought into what the overall character's mission or goal is. But from there, it really isn't that specific. I mean, if you look at like writing books and things like that, they're like, what's this character's like, life like before this? What's it like after? What did they enjoy? All of these things. We just don't do that. It's horror movies. Do you really care about the character that much in detail? Some people will say yes, and some people are probably correct. But for the most part, like, it's horror. You don't really need to have those details. You don't need to know what Sonny's life was like, or Brad's life was like, or Tyler or Dylan, or any of them. What was Kel doing before this? No one really cares. So I would say we kind of want to get the overall emphasis of what they'll do in the movie, but I wouldn't say we're necessarily leaning down to a personality type or anything there, especially when we create them. I would say when they do get the most life now, like when they do really get the most character built into them, is when we actually work with the people who are selected for the roles. We always sit down with them and say, hey, what would your character say here? What would your character do here? Is this a normal line for you? Does this line make sense? So really the characters get a lot more personality based on when we work with the person who we end up casting it for. And I think that's like one of the best ways to do it. So that's going to go ahead and wrap up these questions, wrap up this episode. Again, be sure to join us online. Be sure to join us in the Discord. Be sure to watch our movies online, because we are growing. We're getting bigger. we're becoming more and more in depth with our friendships with one another because of how active and interactive everything is on the Discord. You can take a look at the Haunting the Murder House online, Into the Forest for free on Tubi, Girl and Captain 13 for free on Tubi. All of these things mean the world to us. But until then, have a good one.